Morning, folks. I hope you're happy and I hope you're smiling. That's not me sitting on the sofa out on the porch this morning. Morning routines. These two have had their wander. That's a signal. There's my kettle. Hold on. And these, I always just rattle the tins. It was because the little one was a little bit of a bugger in respect of recall when I got her. She was very traumatized, etc., because of the move, and so to gain her ability to come back, being that she is very food orientated, very food focused, so she didn't like the sound of this to start with, but then she got to realise that this, as you can see, means breakfast. Now watch them dance around, because it's breakfast time, girls. Yeah, it's breakfast time. Yeah, oh, getting excited on breakfast. Hey. Oh, yes. Go on then. Go and sit down. Come on. Go and sit down, girls. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. Good girls. And wait. 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 And Daddy's going to have his coffee. Yeah. I know you want your breakfast. You're looking very impatiently and you're getting a little excited. Your little tail's going. Oh, you're a good girl. Are you a good girl? Go on then. Got to have a little bit of a game with them, haven't you? But anyway, cheers everybody. Hope you're smiling and I hope you're happy. What we're going to do today is sort of show you a little bit pre them getting their breakfast and me having my morning coffee. Is what I do in the way of my morning procedures, my morning routine, now that the autumnal weather is coming upon us, even though it is extremely warm considering it's overcast and grey. But yeah, I'm going to show you a bit of what I do in the morning, and then obviously as I go on through the day, I've got bits and pieces to do. Tell you what, enough of me chatting. I'm going to sit down. No disrespect to you people. I'll have my coffee in silence, and I will see you in a moment. There you go. Breakfast is gone. Gutty little buggers, but I love them dearly. Listen to this. Mother Nature. Isn't she just glorious? But as I said, yeah, another wander around. Morning routines, stroke daily routine for me at the moment is when walking the girls. Yeah, I walk with these as well. And what we do is clip the brambles, where I'll put it up on a short and you saw it. But it's where the runners are starting to come and they're going to start to be invasive on where the area that I use as my pathways. And so I go around and basically, yeah, quite a few every day, because I mean that autumnal growing season is actually very strong. And then as we go around, we'll find some more. Those ones there don't look quite ripe. The girls don't give a monkeys because they are happily, as you can see there, Ava, she's feeding herself, and so is Nugget. They love picking the blackberries, so I have to be a little bit quicker. So no fry-ups, no several rounds of toast. Sorry about this, but I've seen another couple there that, oh no, that one's not quite right. Some of them are still I'm sorry about this. Got to eat, haven't I? There you go. So even what in the modern world can be deemed as a chore, walking the dogs before you go to work, etc., etc. Walking the dogs should never be a chore, should always be a pleasure. I walk my dogs, walk the girls, and the morning routine. They know their routine, you know, and they're good and they wander around. Obviously, they get all treats, things. But yes, while I'm doing that, I'm walking around, clipping a few bits here, clipping a few bits there, and no, I'm having that one, darling. Cheeky monkey. Only because I saw a nice one. But look at them. They're just waiting for me now. They know that we're starting to head back to the hut, and going back to the hut means that they get breakfast. But yeah, so maintaining basically. Sorry about the camera thing today. Didn't come out prepared for it, but yeah, no, what it's all about is just giving you an idea. Yeah, off grid is pleasurable, but things have to be done on a regular basis. For that wouldn't look like that if I wasn't regularly maintaining. So I can never truly sit down. But do I need to sit down? Because I can do a bit, sit a bit, do a bit, sit a bit. Girls, come on. Breakfast, up. That caught them. And yeah, so we do the blackberries, we trim that. I mean, as you know, I've been trimming. I'll show you all in a bit. I'll start getting the rhubarb up. I've got to start getting the onions packed, stored for the winter in the caravan. Yeah, there's endless tasks in the autumn in preparation for the winter and next spring. Not that I'm in dire need for logs, but I will be doing some more logging soon so that I stay ahead. Starting to get, I say, beetroot now. Here's one for you guys. Maybe you can answer this one, because I genuinely do not have a clue. But I have got a massive infestation of slugs this year. Is it just a one-off? Is it I don't know. But by God, they don't half drink some beer. But it's keeping them, hopefully, at bay. That's why I want to get my beetroot up before they start chomping too much of that. It's my food, not their food. So, but no, I mean, that's the way it is with my morning routine. Even just relaxing, walking the dogs, I'm still doing things, and you sort of constantly do something pretty much all day long. Pottering. Anyway, let me go ahead. I'm going to get the tripod so that you don't have to be so close to me, or I don't have to be so close to you. At least I'm back here somewhere. I look prettier than up here somewhere. That's your decision. But yes, right, let's get on. We'll show you what I'm doing about the beetroot, etc., etc., and we'll see how bad the slugs are. Okay, see you in a second, folks. As you can see from this, the far side, what's going to be the fruit side, I got sidetracked basically, because life gives you those sidetracks, and yeah, I'm not quite sure why, but I decided I'd do that instead. So that side there now, that side's ready for next year, and a little bit just here is ready. I've got a little bit there to do, and a bit more down there when I cut all of that back. But yeah, the reason I was sidetracked, I just I had a phone call, had to deal with that. One thing led to another, because obviously off-grid life, you can sit down and do nothing. It's never true. But today's sidetrack, and it is a day, because this is a day later, as I've got, hey, different clothes on, etc., etc. I just wanted to get that, because, I'm not saying, it's just me pottering. These last few days are about pottering, and plastic trugs. The guy who invented that, worth his weight in plastic trugs. But yeah, want to get the beetroot up because you're not going to see quite that well from here, but let's pull up a couple just to give you a rough idea. Because as we know, beetroot leaves, the leaves of beetroots, young, not that they're a bit old, they could be eaten, but as you can see, they've already been eaten because of this horrendous. It is horrendous. I'm going to keep talking to you while I'm doing this one, because I've got to go and get some clippers now. Yeah, infestation of slugs. Truly unbelievable the amount. I mean, it's remarkable. But so they're trying to get to my food. I don't want them to eat my food. I don't mind them eating a bit of food. You know, when I no particular problem with slugs. Some varieties are good for the garden, some aren't. No, I'm not a slug specialist. So I work on the logic that I don't want any slugs, but it's nature. Nature intends what she wants. So with that, we have to work with nature. Even in this alternative world where, yeah, we can do what we want, when we want, how we want. We can sit down and do nothing. We can take it easy. We can be lazy. Because quite often, in the modern world, north of the gate, people like myself, you know, van dwellers, etc. Oh, they're just lazy. They don't want to work. What a load of old bull. But, oh, these are nice. But to live in this alternative way, where I am choosing to try and be as self-sufficient as I can, it's hard work. And I can honestly say for me, because I was a truck driver full time, I can honestly say for me, living off grid and trying to be as self-sufficient as I possibly can is hard work. And so I suppose I'm just trying to debunk that myth. Hopefully that'll be a nice little sweet juicy one. And I'm just trying to debunk the myth and sort of like, what would I rather do? Work hard within nature with my girls, wherever the other one is. She's probably up on the sofa. Growing my own produce as best I can and sufficient for me to get through until the next growing season, and having that satisfaction of physically working harder, which is good for the health, and physically eating better, which is good for your health. Or do I want to sit in a truck eating sausage and bacon sandwiches and getting fish and chips and burgers and so on and so forth? So yeah, I know what I would choose. But yeah, so what we're doing now, because, and I'm checking each one as we go, because of the slugs and their problems, I am starting to pull up, as you can see, the rhubarb, because I don't want them to eat it. It's my food. And what I will do is, because obviously the damp compost, before I can store them, they will go into the polytunnel, and I shall leave them in there for a day or two, just until the soil, Slug's got that one, the soil that's on and around the beetroot has dried off, and then I shall pack them down. And a little bit of research, and it's okay. I've got some dry compost, and just layer them in dry compost so it keeps them dark and supported. And I was still eating beetroot March this year quite happily. I possibly won't be eating as much because I haven't got as many beetroot this year, because as you know, I just didn't have the health on my side to do so. But there we go, it's Mundane, Germany. But yeah, so we're slowly getting these in. We'll rack them up, then the onions, that'll be the next project. That's going to be clipping off the tops. They're dry, plenty dry enough now. They will go into my storage. Yeah, a little part of the autumnal way of doing things. This is autumn. Let's start getting things down. Let's get the beds ready. Let them rest for the winter. And hopefully have, well, not this year obviously, but hopefully have sufficient food so that I don't have to go out there to buy it. But that'll do for that one. For the second one, I'll tell you what, let's just finish this roll while I'm talking to you. But yeah, I mean, we can jar, I can jar this off. I will pickle some. But I tend to just roast it. And I find that for me, because I like it that way, saves the time and effort of canning, you know, pickling, things like that. It saves that time. But yeah, just roasting them off, giving them enough time to cook properly. Oh, wrong way round. That's one row. That's one row done. So, right, what I'm going to do, we'll get that. I'll do those in a little while. But we'll take you through now. I'll put these out and then I'll show you what we're doing with the onions. But yeah, quite simple. I'll see you in a minute. Well, Mother Nature's on my side today, I think. Don't know if you can hear. I'll stay silent for a moment. Rain. Just slight, only a light rain. Just as I was finishing getting up the last of the beetroot. And basically bringing in the beetroot. Not a big haul this year. I'll load them up here. But it'll do for me. I did have one. I was going to keep it to show you guys. But a really, really beautiful beetroot. Nice size. And I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Slugs have got to it. But as you can see here, looks a bit more like a Swede. Well, as per this one. And this really bright red one. There's another bright red one, because this is a mixture, because what I would call a standard beetroot, dark red, deep colour. That is, the dark red ones are my Bonners, which are really quite juicy, but the other colour ones, spread out so that they're safe, the multicoloured, the mixed as they call them, I found them to be really quite sweet in comparison, for beetroot anyway. But yeah, and I do like, so there's only a few there, so they probably won't get me through the winter, but give it time. And as I was saying, outside I've got some very dry and dusty compost, and then I'll just get a small container, because there's not that many there, Possibly I'll just use a couple of 2 or 3 of these felt pots. A little bit of compost in the bottom. Beetroot, not so that they can't touch each other. Cover that in compost. Another layer, another layer, another layer, and they will then go into their winter holiday caravan, the winter store. And then, as I say, we're getting like this. I mean, it is still, you might not quite hear it, but it is still not as nice out there as maybe I would like it. But that's where having a polytunnel or greenhouse, something like that, is absolutely wonderful, because I'm now in the dry. And as you can see here, let me get my that bucket. This is the bucket I use for pre going into the compost. So I'm just going to top and tail the onions like so, because as you can see, now it's a little bit of a distance, but I mean these are paper dry now. You can hit, yeah, paper dry now. Possibly left them just a little bit too long, but due to work commitments and things like that, I can't be too fussy. But we'll do these ones off, and it's all sitting there and preparing for me for the winter. But at moments like this, I'm in here, the rain, I do like the sound of rain on the roofs and things. I mean on the hut, because I've got the tin roof on the top. When it rains, oh, that one smells a bit strong. Nice. I find it almost like a little bit of therapy, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, any of you guys that sort of live alternative, you know, especially like people like van dwellers and things, and even boats, because of the metal roof. So dinkle 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 thing, the sound is a little bit special, and it keeps you in touch with nature quite happily. But you know, so yeah, I'm going to go through the process of getting these. As you can see, I'm just bringing them up, all the dry loose dirt coming off, top it and tail it. That one, I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to do it anymore, because at the same time as the others, but from there, where it's thickened up there and it's trying to survive, that one's trying to seed up. So in actual fact, because that's reasonably fresh, I shall leave that to one side. That's going in tonight's dinner. And but yeah, just preparation, which, as I've found in this alternative way, the preparation is king. It's the ultimate ruler, because if you don't prep sufficiently, your results won't be so good. Let's get that one done, and then we'll stop boring you with the onions. So yeah, work, does it really stop? No, but it's a damn sight more satisfying. I'll finish those in a second, because there's something else before we're in this. We still have, and we're still getting these beautiful Cape gooseberries. Oh, I can't get enough of them. I love them. And a little bit of pre-planning. Hang in there. This is September, and I'm eating fresh strawberries. So I'm getting me 5 a day. I'll get my blackberries for breakfast, pop down here, I'll get some Cape gooseberries. I'm still getting a few strawberries. In the afternoon, a few more Cape gooseberries. I've just seen another one I'm going to have. Sure beats Burger King. But there's quite a few strawberries here. Some of them, that one's ready. I'm going to have that now. Sorry, boys and guys. Oh, off grid. It is so sad. It's a hard, sad, mundane life. But it's a lot tastier. But there we have it. Little bit of insight of that one. The melon's not quite yet. Don't think I'll survive with that one. I'm going to persevere. But yeah, it's just getting the crops up, starting to trim things down. Projects coming, and Mission Chicken is getting better. For those of you who are following on that one, it's absolutely, yeah, not quite as fast as perhaps I'd hoped for, but it's one man, and I've had my health issues this year, so okay, but it'll still happen. So perseverance. But on that note, boys and girls, I'm going to love you and leave you, because I want to crack on and get bits and pieces done after I've had a cup of tea, because it's the afternoon now. But we'll see you next time, and yes, some exciting news for me and hopefully for you. Remember, chicken logo's up there in the corner. The comments, I really do love those comments, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Every